It's one of the best places to see a film in Adelaide. If not, I mean, this sounds arrogant, but I'd go as far as to say the best spot to see a film in Adelaide. We have preserved the way it was done.
The Capri was built and opened in 1941. It was the last of the theatres for that chain, which was the largest theatre chain in South Australia at the time. It had several changes of ownership over the years. Clifford's ran their theatre circuit quite successfully for quite a number of years, but eventually they were bought out by Greater Union, one of the major Australia-wide chains. And Greater Union was affected, like everyone else, by the advent of TV, and gradually started closing some of their suburban theatres, and the Capri closed and came up for sale. The Theatre Organ Society at the time were looking for a home for their theatre organ, and so we bought the Capri in 1978.
TOSA is the Theatre Organ Society of Australia. In each state there is a division of TOSA, and here in South Australia we're a part of the national organisation, and our aim and mission is to preserve the theatre organs and the music from the big band era, and particularly the music of the silent film era. Having installed our first organ, we were looking for another one, and we were fortunate indeed to have the opportunity to purchase an organ which had become available in Darwin of all places. And early in 1974 some members went to Darwin to recover the organ. It was actually removed from the house in Darwin 3 weeks before Cyclone Tracy devastated Darwin in Christmas 1974.
When theatre organs sort of fell out of use in the United States for a while, there was a resurgence of interest by placing them in pizza parlours. When they were put in there, they put them behind glass. And so we decided when we were installing the organ in the Capri that we would like that visual impact, and we put glass fronts to the chambers, which, as I said, normally would be concealed.
I mean, it's unique for the fact that it's behind glass, it has coloured lights, you can see every working aspect of it. I think it's almost the only theatre in the world where you can see the organ working. And it's just the sound, there's not another one in the world like it. It's designed under a Wurlitzer style, but there's not another one in the world that really sounds exactly like the Capri's.
So with everything darkened and just the spotlight down on you, and you can let that organ press the pedal and the sound just goes around, and you know, I think I'm number one.
Oh, the effect of the organ on kids it's electrifying to see. It's wonderful, actually. Reminds me of being a kid and seeing something new for the first time.
I mean, it's old world cinema. Coming to the Capri, it's the old style, it's the Art Deco, Art Moderne type theatre. It's a big screen, it's a big theatre where you go to one of the shoeboxes in the city theatres or somewhere like that. It just has the history and the romance of the old days at the theatre.
I like coming because of the old world charm of the place. It reminds me of when we used to go to the pictures back in the 1950s. It's got a real character all of its own.
Theatres in the earlier days were run by showmen who took great delight in putting on a show with all the trimmings that went with it. These days, a lot of the modern cinemas are run by accountants, and I think we still offer a lot of those trimmings that make a show a bit more special.
Silver screens are fantastic things. One, I think they improve the quality of the picture, and they also open another door for polarised 3D. Now, without a silver screen, you can't do that. And 3D has been a big part of our business for a long, long time. I don't know if you've seen 3D, but here it's just stunning. It is. I hadn't seen it until last year, and I made the endeavour over on a Friday night, and the depth is simply unbelievable.
sing-along Sound of Music was good because we always had a couple dressed as a bride and groom on the lift, and they would come up. One night we had a person dressed as a priest as well. That was fun. Rocky Horror Picture Show, we had 7 guys dressed up as Frankenfurter, all in their leotards and fishnets and everything. 7 of them on the lift with me playing the organ as the organ came up. That was great fun, and we did not sing along Rocky Horror, but just recently we did Rocky Horror, and we had the organ playing during the film, which the audience really loved.
Well, we like coming because it's different from going to the normal theatres. It's an old theatre, it has the organ music, great ice creams, bags of chocolates. What more can you ask for?
Most people would know that the Capri is staffed primarily by volunteers. It's refreshing to see people wanting to come to work. Moreover, for nothing, for little or no reward.
Working with the volunteers it's very different because you meet a wide cross-section of people. Most of the volunteers are of a slightly older age group, but there are some younger ones as well. It's good fun. You get to meet so many different people who've come from so many different walks of life.
It's hard to tell which direction things are going to go in. We're on the edge of the digital era. We have already had a digital projector in the Capri for a trade demonstration last year, and the results are quite stunning on the screens.
The Capri is a meeting place, and it's a very important part of many people's lives. There's a lot of human capital's been invested in here over the years. So while we might show films, run the live shows and do the corporate events, one of our most important functions is a place for people with common interests, and maybe just interests in other people, to come and meet, sell some tickets, make some ice creams, make some magic and make some people happy.